Good evening, and welcome back to the channel, Hilarious Jammin', coming back at you with yet another video. Today, it's the 40th anniversary for Halloween. This is my favorite horror movie of all time. I remember going to the movies as a young kid back in the late 80s, early 90s, going to such video stores like Blockbuster, Movie Stop, Hastings, and seeing all the VHS tapes just lined up in the horror section, and always being so intrigued by Michael Myers and such other classic horror movies like Friday the 13th, Prom Night, and many, many others. There have been a ton of great horror films, but this one always stuck out to me the most because it just looks so creepy and just so interesting at the same time. I first watched this movie probably when I was about 9 or 10, and it scared the living hell out of me. It was a very scary movie. I couldn't even make it past the first act. I was so terrified. And there has not been another movie that has done that to me as a child. This was the one that really got to me. And I've seen a ton of movies when I was a kid. I saw, all the original Universal monsters. They were creepy and scary, but nothing like this. This one really made me want to sleep with the lights on. And I've seen the Friday the 13th. Those ones didn't do anything to me as bad. I enjoy them. I love them. I think they're great movies. But Halloween is the one that really, really made my hair stand up on the back of my neck. So, anyways, it's the 40th anniversary. So, I knew that we were going to get some sort of exclusives in different stores. I knew that we were going to get some toys to come along. There was going to be there's probably going to be some Funko Pops. I knew we were going to get a Steelbook, and we did. And I immediately ran down to FYE, and I got the Steelbook. And not only did I get the Steelbook, but I also got the 4K. This is a awesome looking 4K disc. This, I think the black really complements the cover well. It comes in this cool little slip case, and the slip case is just nice and shiny. You can actually... I'm not really going to go into full detail mode about the 4K restoration. I will say this, though, that, since I was a kid, movies have progressed so freaking much in such a little amount of time. When I was a kid, we watched the VHS tape of this, and of course it was all, there was fuzz on the screen, you had the VHS tracking. This is a lot different. This is a much more clear, very high definition. This is as good as it's going to get right here. 4K. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much details. I'm not going to go into, how you can see clearly the zits on the actresses' faces or nothing like that, okay? But 4K is just one of the best picture quality and sound quality that we're going to get so far. But yeah, I picked up the 4K slipcover Blu-ray 4K combo. And yeah, this is the Ultra HD. This does not come with the digital copy. This is just the Blu-ray and the 4K, but that's good enough for me. I think this is a fantastic pickup. I also have some other movies here I want to show off before we wrap it up. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Halloween because it seriously is by far one of my favorite horror movies ever made. It's just a classic film, love it to death. And with the 40th anniversary, we got a awesome Steelbook from the good people at FYE. God bless them. This is the exact same thing that we got with the Digibook. That we got for the 35th anniversary Blu-ray. And this is just the Blu-ray, I believe. I don't even know. I picked this up because I'm such a huge fan of Halloween, and I knew if I didn't do it now, it would go on eBay for 10 times more than what it's originally worth. Because that's how eBay works with Michael Myers stuff. For some reason, the Michael Myers products are ridiculously overpriced on eBay. I'm just saying. I know people trying to make a little extra money here and there, but Good night. I have a very hard time pulling the trigger for some of the stuff that I've seen on eBay. I just cannot bring myself to doing it. And so I had to pick this one up before it went on eBay. Yeah, this is the Steelbook from FYE. Of course, you get their FYE exclusive sticker on there. And I do have a couple other movies that I would like to show and talk about just real quickly. So the other movies that I did pick up from that same lot was the Beetlejuice Steelbook. I didn't get this one at FYE because Best Buy is selling it for cheaper. Theirs was only like $12. FYE was a little bit more. So FYE, I'm just going to say this, you need to try and be a little bit more competitive with your competitors. I think that's what happened with Toys R Us, is they weren't being competitive with their toys. And so they went out of business because they, nothing really too special ever happened with Toys R Us. Even in their final week before going out of business, they were still only giving 10% off of their toys, which you think it'd be more than that, especially if you want to clear out all your stuff. But yeah, 10% off, nothing too special. But the Beetlejuice Steelbook, $12 at Best Buy. And I also picked up these other two right here. This one is Salem's Lot. This is a very cool vampire movie. If you are like me and you enjoy a good vampire flick such as I would highly recommend this. This almost reminds me of like a modern day 80s take on Nosferatu. This is one of my favorite vampire movies. It's up there with Fright Night and Bela Lugosi's Dracula. I love a good vampire flick, and this one, of course, really just nails it out the park. It's a very, very scary movie. I watched this when I was a little kid, and it freaked me out. So, yeah, Salem's Lot, Steelbook, and also one of my personal favorite Stephen King movies that we've gotten from him so far is Tim Curry's It. Tim Curry's portrayal of It. This is a great movie from beginning to end. I don't care what anybody says. I love this movie. Even the scene with the giant spider. I mean, it's a fun movie, It's just a movie I grew up watching. It's a movie I've always loved. How can you not love Pennywise the clown? Hey, Georgie. He's just a really funny character and just really kind of scary at the same time. But yeah, I picked up the Stephen King It Steelbook. Love this movie. Fantastic film. So yeah, I got that one. And then next up from Walmart, we have here the Killer Clowns from Outer Space Blu-ray. This is a fun 80s movie. It's kind of cheesy, but also just very cool at the same time. It's got a good amount of cheese that's like good cheese. It's not old and moldy cheese, if that makes sense. This reminds me, this movie is like It meets The Blob, the 1980 film Blob. It's like that. It kind of combines those two movies, I feel. I love this movie. This is a really good movie. It comes with a coloring book, so that's pretty neat. And it also gets this little cool piece on the front of the cover. But yeah, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space Blu-ray. It was only like $5, so I went ahead and snagged this one up. I haven't had this one in my collection yet, and I've been meaning to get it, so we have it right here. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And then getting down to the final two movies here. This one has been out for quite some time, and I have been eyeing it for a while. Here in my hometown, we have a vintage stock. And Vintage Stock has a awesome display of Criterion movies. They're a little expensive, but that's Criterion. They're a little bit much no matter where you go. Online, wherever, you're gonna pay a little bit of money for the Criterion collection. But anyways, this one's been out for some time, and I have been eyeing it. I'm happy to own it and put it in my collection. I have like a VHS copy up here somewhere. I got a Blu-ray somewhere else. I didn't even know this one was coming out until recently, and it is Night of the Living Dead. And I have been eyeing it, and I just went ahead and picked it up today. Very fun movie, very cool zombie movie. I really feel like this is the movie that kind of set the tone for zombie flicks. I know there were a few zombie movies before this one. For example, you had like The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. You also had like White Zombie and stuff. But this is the one that really kind of, put us where we are with zombie flicks today. Like, you have The Walking Dead, and you have these remakes of like Dawn of the Dead and all that stuff. And but George Romero, he's the one who really started it all with his franchise of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, all that good stuff, Day of the Dead. Yeah, George Romero, he's the one who really kind of, set the whole thing up. So I'm a huge fan of that series, and I love that movie, and I'm happy to have the Criterion Collection. So, and this is the final one. And before I show this one, I just want to say I used to have this back in high school, and what happened was I lost a lot of stuff in a moving process in order to go to college. I didn't lose it, like I lost it. It's more like I sold a bunch of stuff in a stupid way in order to make money to raise money for college and to just get ready for school and stuff. And I don't know what I was thinking back then. I could have easily just have done other things to get money instead of selling all my goods. But that's what I did. I sold a lot of good stuff. And this was one that I sold. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection, the DVD collection. This comes in this awesome box set. And yeah, someone at my door? I don't know. I just regret getting rid of this thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and take this out of the plastic and show it off just a little bit. Here it is out of that plastic shrink wrap. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street DVD collection. Of course, DVD is not the best quality. I mean, we've already looked at the 4K, but I absolutely love this packaging. This is so cool. There's also a VHS big box set of Freddy just kind of stretched out, kind of like this, except with him facing frontward instead of backward. But yeah, I love these movies, man. This is a very awesome set. You get the every single Nightmare on Elm Street ever made. There's of course, the first one. You get Freddy's Revenge, the Dream Warriors. You get the Dream Master, the Dream Child, the Final Nightmare, and then Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And also there is this particular DVD. And something else that I really like about New Line's discs. Yeah, this is the Nightmare series. They come in these cool little snap cases. So, I don't know why, but I love these things. I love the snap cases. This was, I first got the DVD when it came out very long time ago. The DVD player, I was like one of the first ones in my neighborhood to have the DVD player. I saved up money to get it, and I started converting all the VHS tapes to DVD. And I always loved these snap cases. I always thought these were very cool. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of way back in junior high school when I first got that thing and started upgrading all the movies to DVD. And now, of course, all the DVDs have been getting upgraded to Blu-ray, and all the Blu-ray have been getting upgraded to 4K. And so I still have a ton of my movies. I have gotten rid of a lot, though, just to try and get through school, and sadly, but glad to have this back. Yeah, this, man, never want to let this go again. So, Nightmare on Elm Street collection DVD set. Love the heck out of this thing. It also comes with this really awesome booklet. So I'm glad this was included. Man, this was just so cool. I bought it used. You get you get all the notes from all the movies and all that good stuff. And so very happy to add this back into the collection. I have missed this thing, so since I've gotten rid of it, I regretted doing it, but I needed to get through school, and so. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Let's recap real quick all the movies that we have shown off. Of course, Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Life is just not complete without it. We have the Criterion cut of Night of the Living Dead, fantastic zombie movie. We have the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, awesome 80s movie. We have the Steelbook of It, Tim Curry, can't go wrong. Salem's Lot, Steelbook. Beetlejuice, Steelbook. And then the nitty gritty of the collection, the Halloween 4K in this awesome slip cover. Can't go wrong with that. And then the one and only FYE exclusive Steelbook. Oh, how I love it so. Really happy to have beaten the scalpers and get it at its original price. So thankful for that and love it. Just love everything that I've picked up so far. So yeah, that's it. That's the haul. If you've seen any of these movies, if you have any comments, please, of course, feel free to comment, like, and all that good stuff. You know, whatever. So yeah, guys, that's all my horror movies. I will be posting soon a complete Halloween collection. Be on the lookout for that. I have a ton of Michael Myers stuff I want to show off, and some honorable mentions of stuff that I've sold in the past will be brought up, and how I'm kicking myself for it today. But we'll talk about that in the next video. So, yep, that's it. Hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to bed now. It's very late, and so we'll talk to you later on. Good night.